Hey everybody, this is your boy, the host with the most, but humble, and I do mean humble, the Notion Office, aka Derek, and I'm here, of course, on a Friday to give you the hungry, happy, healthy people here at Wrestlekram. Of course. Ask Wrestlekram. If you're watching today, you're watching it tomorrow, you're watching it next week. I truly do thank you from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my loins. Because trust me, without you guys, it would not be me. I'm humbled eyes each and every single time. Each and every single time, your boy is allowed to do this. Thank you so much for watching it. Thank you so much for allowing your boy. For allowing me to do this. Thank you so much. If you don't know anything about Wrestlekram, anything about Ask Wrestlekram, I put out a Ask Wrestlekram free feed on Sundays. You can go check that out. You can go get your questions in. You have until Thursday to get those questions in. Okay. The beautiful thing about it is I will read your question. I will read your question. If it's about pop culture, it's about politics. But this is a wrestling show, so those are going to be the very first ones that we talk about is the wrestling ones, because that's pretty much what we do here is Wrestlekram. It's wrestle. It's in the daggone freaking. It's wrestle, and then it's cram, and it's wrestle. That's how it works. So. But once again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys like, share, and subscribe, okay? Also, don't not forget that your boy is on the TikToks, your boy is on the Instagrams, your boy is on Facebook, and your boy is on X, or if you want to call it Twitter. I'm on all four of those platforms as well. I do have snippets all over the atmosphere of social media. So you can find me, have a great time over there. So before we get into the wrestling, the Ask Wrestlekram or whatnot, I know that's what you're here for. A lot of people are asking, why have your boy D Notion Office have not been recording? Okay, great question, thank you. That's going to be the question that I ask myself to you guys. Okay, first and foremost, I will apologize in advance. I was doing a lot of notes for all of the shows that I usually do, starting with starting with actually Saturday in Collision. So I was doing all of these, and then all of a sudden I get the phone call. I get this phone call where your boy is going to be doing I'm going to start working full time at a very, very awesome place or whatnot. So I have to prepare myself for this journey that I'm going to be putting on for this. Unfortunately, once again, the podcast is a part-time venture. I hopefully will get this monetized where I can do it full time, but this is not making me money at the very moment. So I do need to keep everything taken care of. Everything maintenance, I need to take care of that with my own money, right, as of right now. So as soon as everything like that happens in the future, I'm still putting my stock into the content and everything. I'm still going to do that regardless of the situation. But my bills come first. My bills always have to come first or whatnot. So when that takes care of, I will be back. I'm going to continue to do shows. Once again, I will be. The thing is, the training is out of the state, but I will have my camera. I will have everything with me, and I will still continue to do the shows. But it's gonna be a little twist on the shows, okay? I just want to let y'all know that for the 45-minute shows or the 35-minute shows are going to be kind of cracked down to a very micro level of what they were. I'm thinking of where I'm going to do like wrestling in a nutshell. That's pretty much what it's going to be for the time being. I will still be reviewing, but it's going to be very small and to the point, okay? And I will be doing this for probably 12 weeks. It's going to be a while when I get back into the 45-minute aspects of the shows again. Now, the thing is, don't forget that I still will be doing full shows of the Ask Wrestlekram thing. Don't worry about that. Ask Wrestlekram is still going to be in live and effect. So don't worry about that. I will still do those awesomely. Now, it's just the other shows that are going to be kind of stripped a little bit to less than probably 10 minutes now, okay? But once again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. I know you didn't want to hear that. Let's talk about the questions that you guys done have made for me, and let's get it on, okay? Very first question is going to be Dragon Hunter XD. Being that this is one of the hottest summers in history, do you believe in global warming? Well, me being a super progressive person, yes, I do believe in global warming. I always believed in global warming, and I myself believe that if we do something, we are one of the people. I would not say us. I would say the American public. We are one of those people in that group that are habitual users and killing the ozone layer. So I mean, Americans, we destroy the ozone layer more than a lot of these very small countries, and I truly think with the progressive movement, we were trying to get away from our carbon footprint. I am a huge fan of trying to be very conservative when it comes to things like that. Hopefully, Elon Musk will bring those cars down. Hopefully, but yes, I do believe in global warming. I really do. It is a very sad situation that we have people that deny global warming, and we are consistently getting record-breaking heat days. Like now, thank goodness, it's the sun is going away from the earth now, and we're getting our fall or autumn area as of right now. But I mean, I as a child of the '90s, I don't remember going outside and playing with my friends and passing out. I just don't. I don't remember, people. Now, it may have been because I wasn't really a news person when I was a child, but I don't remember people dying because of heat strokes. I just don't. It wasn't in the news like that. I didn't have a friend and they just passed out because they didn't have water. It was just really creepy now that we have this situation. And I kid you not, we didn't have situations where I live in Louisiana where we rarely get snow. And a couple of years ago, we actually had a snowstorm where it literally stopped everything for one whole week. And it was just the craziest of crazy things. Like, I mean, if you don't believe in this situation, then I'm just so lost. I'm lost behind that. There's proof that this is going on. I know and I'm a huge science buff, but we'll leave it right there or whatnot. But yes, I do believe in a global warming. Thank you so much for that question, Dragon Hunter XD. The Southern Belle 1980. What is your favorite Marvel Avenger? Are you talking about Avenger or Avenger movie? Avenger, my favorite Marvel Avenger will have to be Steve Rogers. I'm a huge fan of Captain America. If you don't know anything about me, if you look right here, right there, Captain America, right there, all day, every day. I'm a huge Steve Rogers fan. I'm a huge Captain America fan. I love everything about Captain America. My favorite Captain America is, of course, Sam Wilson. That is Steve Rogers' best friend. And I thought he was the better Captain America. But if it has to be anything that consists of the Avengers, Steve Rogers is that guy. I mean, you have a guy with Tony Stark who created, of course, the Avengers, or if you want to go with Nick Cage, or if you want to, anybody with that, they created the Avengers. I think Steve Rogers is the one that lived the Avengers or whatnot. He was the leader. He was the very first leader of the Avengers. Even though they've made it, he was the leader. He was a great leader. If you look at the movies, the MCU, I really enjoy Chris Evans as Captain America. But we'll see more about that. But once again, I do love the Sam Wilson character on the new Marvel phase. I don't know what is it, phase 4, phase 5? I don't even know anymore. Bad phase, but good stuff in the phase of this phase we have. Whatnot. We got Moon Knight. That was pretty good. But we'll see what happens. But my favorite Marvel Avenger is Steve Rogers. Thank you so much for that question, Southern Belle. I have a question from Mitch Does It. Whoa, what's going on, Mitch? His question is, Chinese food, American food, Italian food, or seafood, which is your favorite? Out of those right there, okay, let's break it down. Okay, let's break it down. I have a dream mustache, so I'm gonna break it down for you. Okay, so he said Chinese food first. Chinese food I'm gonna put on this side. That's the winning side because I really love Chinese food. I love Chinese food. Okay, American food. American food is just American food. I eat it all the time. So I'm gonna put that on this side where I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I love it, but it's not. I can live without American food or whatnot. Italian. I love Italian food. I do. I love spaghetti. I'm a huge spaghetti fan, but I can honestly live without Italian food, okay? So I'm going to put that over here where I really, truly, kind of don't really need it. And what's left is seafood. I'm going to put seafood on this side because I truly love seafood. I am from Louisiana. I am all French cuisines all day, every day. And a lot of French cuisine consists of, I love seafood. The Creole type of feel of that. So, let's put now, we're going to have a death battle between Chinese food and seafood, okay? Here's the thing. I love Chinese so much because I love I don't know what more I can say about it. I mean, now I will say this. This is why seafood is going to win, right? This is why seafood is going to win. Chinese food is good, right? Chinese food is good, but I like more Japanese cuisines than I like Chinese food. I love hibachi way more than I love Chinese food. Even though Chinese food is awesome, I love hibachi. So if I had to choose between Chinese food and seafood, it would have to be seafood. I love shrimp etouffee. I love shrimp Creole. I love dirty rice, or what they call rice dressing. I love it all. I love the spices of when you put into seafood. It's more of a spicy type of feel, and I love spicy food. Your boy loves spicy food, hands down. So, and one of the things I love, like anything that consists of crawfish that has anything in it, like crawfish etouffee, is so delicious. Like, I love anything that consists of seafood other than catfish. I hate catfish. Not a catfish fan or whatnot. But anything else that consists of seafood, or if it's seafood, well, if you put catfish in the seafood, catfish is not really seafood or whatnot. The seafood is like crustaceans, like crab and shrimp and things like oysters, things like that. That's kind of more seafood than it is like the fish stuff. But I love seafood. I will do seafood over Chinese food. So the winner will be seafood. Thank you so much for that question. Great question. Great question. Thank you so much for said question. Mitch Does It again. Is Judgment Day versus the Hurt Business 2.0 with Bianca gets added the money feud for WWE? I don't think they're gonna do that right now because once again they're on two different brands. I would love to see it because I'm really starting to hate Judgment Day just bullying one person. It's really getting to a point like it's a head scratcher. And unfortunately, there are not a lot of factions on the Raw brand, being that it is the bigger show and they have the bigger roster. It's really weird or whatnot that all of the factions are on SmackDown. You have like the big factions, the good factions. You have the Hurt Business 2.0. We're gonna call it Hurt Business 2.0, just like you said. So we have the Hurt Business 2.0. We have AJ Styles. We have that group. We have LWO. We have all of these. Why I said AJ's group? Of the club. Isn't it called the club now? I don't know. But that group, you have that group, and then you just have the freaking Judgment Day just on the island all by itself. I mean, hopefully, when we get a situation where, and the Bloodline, let's not forget about the Bloodline. The Bloodline faction's over there at SmackDown too. But hopefully we get, when the draft comes back around, that we get factions to actually go over to wherever Judgment Day is, so we can have a legitimate beef between the two. Adding a woman into that faction, I mean, that would be a perfect thing. The Bobby Lashley Hurt Business 2.0 will be a great addition to that group. I mean, I would love to see that. We do have a Survivor Series coming up, you guys. And adding Bianca Belair to Hurt Business 2.0 and making them kind of a heel type of fashion and putting those two groups into war games. That may happen. We never know. But I think it will be a money feud. I really honestly think it will be a money feud. But thank you so much for that question. Thank you so much for that question, Mitch. DD Happy Go Lucky. We hear that Roman Reigns is legitimately injured. Should he relinquish the title? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We are talking about Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, God mode himself. This is the guy who is actually holding the ratings by himself on his back. Now, this Friday, I think that Roman Reigns, Jay, and Jimmy will no longer be on the show for a while. So if those three are not on the show, ratings drop. Ratings drop, you guys. I mean, it's just the truth. I mean, if they do not say that Roman's going to be on the show, there are going to be less people on the show. So let's all be real about it. Let's all honestly be real about it. Roman, it looks like he is not legitimately hurt. I did read things about it. They would not put Roman into a situation where he is getting hit and taking bumps if he was injured. But I did see the point where, even I said it on the SummerSlam review when Jimmy did that suicide dive and Roman was not paying attention and he got hit by it. So I did say that on my review before even the stuff came out that he may be potentially injured. The beautiful thing about wrestling, or the beautiful thing about the contract of Roman Reigns, is that he rarely wrestles. So it would work for his advantage anyway for him not to wrestle and to heal up. And eventually, when he does come back, if he was hypothetically injured, he could come back, or he can just play a role as him being the tribal chief and not just taking bumps. I mean, it truly happens. We had Bayley do that as of right now, where she is injured. She was legitimately injured with her knee, but she was still on screen as a heel personality. It can happen. I mean, this truly can happen. This is an exception to the rule. I like the tournaments when they do have, when a champion is legitimately injured and has to relinquish his title. That is great. We have a beautiful tournament or a fatal four-way to have a new champion. But this is, once again, the exception to the rule. He is knocking on the doorstep of Bruno Sammartino's, and I truly think that he should not relinquish that title by any means necessary. Just have him as a on-screen villain until he is completely healed, and then he comes back and does what he does best, which is smash and stack. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, no, absolutely not. But thank you so much for that question, Happy Go Lucky. Thank you so much. Mitch Does It has another question. What's the most fun thing you've done all summer? The most fun thing that I've done all summer right now is making content. I truly enjoyed every single time that I have been doing this. This has been one of the things where I have been pretty much stable or whatnot. I will say that all day. I mean, I've had some really crazy experiences, very first experiences here in my 37 years of existence, and I've never had an experience like this with life hitting me really, really hard. And without you guys, I truly think I would be in another state. So I do thank you guys for being here. I do thank you for the questions. I do thank, myself for, going through this experience and coming out the other end being a stronger person. So we can put that on the list as well. Overcoming the depression that I had or whatnot, or the things that I had with my mental state. I thank my friends, I thank my family, I think a lot of people bringing me closer to them and allowing me to be this person that I am, and coming back on the other side a stronger person. So once again, without you guys, without my friends, without my family, without the support that I had with this situation that I did have, I think I came out a stronger person. So this summer truly sucked. It truly sucked. But I truly think that, overcoming all of the things that I have done, I think it made me a better person, made me a stronger person. Also, hitting the gym, that's one of the fun things I've done as well this go around, is hitting the gym, having a great time in the gym. So, this journey that I've been doing, it's been a great journey. How about that? It's been a great journey. But thank you so much for that question. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. Mitch does it. On from that to only Nike. Did you hear about a woman that thought her bra who threw her bra at Drake, and now she works for Playboy? I looked into that. I honestly looked into that. I first of all, she's a very beautiful woman. Very beautiful woman. I mean, hey, all I can say about this is that if you can get the exposure for doing that, I salute you. I mean, if you're making money off of what you've done, I salute you. It is what it is. It's a smart thing. I mean, who's the bigger star to do that in front of than Drake, for crying out loud? I mean, come on. But I mean, hey, different strokes for different folks. I respect her. I salute her. If she's making money behind it, by all means do it. Always get your bag. Get your bag. Get your bag. So, other than that, thank you so much for that question. Only Nike. Mr. Greenhead, what is your favorite non-canon wrestling movie that can be a... Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me redo that. What is your favorite non-canon wrestling movie? It can be a drama or a comedy. A non-canon wrestling movie. Let me think. A non-canon wrestling movie. So it can't be like a WCW or WWE type of movie. Non-canon. So it has to be like a fictional movie or whatnot. That's what you're saying. A fictional wrestling movie. If I had to pick a movie that is my favorite movie that is non-canon, I like The Wrestler. It was a great movie. I like The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. It was a good movie. I like that movie. That was a fun movie. It's a drama. It's a hardcore drama. I mean, I thought it was really fun. If it's not that one, I would probably say the movie with Tiny. What's that movie called? Is it Over the? No, it's No Hold Barred. No Hold Barred with Hulk Hogan, which was corny as shit. Oh God, that movie was so corny. But No Hold Barred. But it was not, well, no, because that movie was canon, because actually Tiny and Hulk Hogan did wrestle in that yeah, they wrestled in that in SummerSlam. So no, I take that out. I take that off. So the wrestler. That's the only movie I can think of as of right now with the Mickey Rourke. It was a good movie. I truly think that movie is really good. But yeah, there will be that movie, the wrestler. That's the only. A great question. Goodness gracious. If you have not seen the wrestler, go see the wrestler. I think it was a really fun movie. Um, Dragon Hunter XD. Did you think The Rock's daughter, Ava Raine character, is hindering her from being a main eventer in NXT? I will say, good question. Good question. I don't think that. I don't think that. I think Ava Raine needs what we call time. She has been injured for a very long time in the process of trying to become a wrestler. So that held her back. Number one, it's not the character itself. Schism is not the best faction, but it is a faction. It's a very strong, dominant faction as well. So, not my cup of tea what they're doing as of right now with the Creed brothers, but Ava Raine, I truly think that she has potential to become I wouldn't even say an NXT star, but when they put her on the main roster, I think that what's going to happen is that she is going to explode just because she is The Rock's daughter, probably changing her name from Ava Raine to something else. So, I mean, I see it happening. I honestly see it happening. But you have to do something that a lot of people can't do, including myself, and that's give it time. You have to give her time. There has been a lot of gimmicks, even with her father being Rocky Maivia and being a very bad character, and he eventually becomes The Rock. So, once again, I mean, I truly think that Ava Raine is in her infancy stage. And, I mean, I think that she can grow to be a really great wrestler. She has the size. She has the look. She has the mic skills. So I truly think that, she can do it. I truly think she can do it. And she's a very beautiful woman. So we'll see what happens with that. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. After that, we have a DD Happy Go Lucky. What do you think about the Lizzo incident? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my freaking goodness. Okay, no. So, okay, so, okay. First and foremost, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. How about that? Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. But I will say this. I was never a Lizzo fan. Unfortunately, she does have some music that I kind of bounce to or whatnot. I do bounce to. I will say that. But never was a personal Lizzo fan, unfortunately. I never got into the body positivity thing where, you should be happy that you're unhealthy. That's one of the things I just never could rock with. That's one of the, I wouldn't say that's one of the reasons why I got into the gym, to be a healthier person. But, it's just, living that truth is not a smart truth. Being that, you being a bigger person can give you so many different diseases, so many different things that, you can shake back from. But, in order for you, now, I'm not saying that all skinny people are healthy as well. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, it's a bigger possibility for if you are bigger, then there are more health problems that come that way. So if I had to choose between slimming down, it would be the slimming down aspect. And I just could not get jiggy with the situation with the body positivity thing. But let's get on to, from that part, to the situation where she is now body shaming people for being big, and she's big. It's like, I don't understand that situation with that. Is she a gatekeeper? That can be up for debate, where, hey, I need you to do this, and, you get this in return, so, I mean, I have a friend who's a close friend of mine. He's saying that the women are grown and they can do whatever they want. That is absolutely true. That is, like, if I tell you to do something that's very weird and super left, and you say no and you walk away, that's being a grown up. You feel what I'm saying? That's being a grown up. But once again, it's if I tell you to do something and you get something in return, then that's kind of gatekeeping or whatnot. So I mean, with that, I never was a fan of Lizzo. I do. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But the thing is, the crazy thing about it is, she just hired the lawyer of the guy who defended Bill Cosby, and I forgot the other person, but that's really weird that you got that type of person on the payroll now. So all I can say is that I hope whoever is telling the truth is vindicated, and I hope the person that is wrong gets their just desserts. But once again, I'm not a fan of Lizzo. Never was a fan of Lizzo or whatnot. But thank you so much for that question. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. Southern Belle, do you think Bret Hart should have never went to the WCW? Once again, Bret Hart is in my Mount Rushmore of greatest wrestlers of all time. I truly agree with this situation. I just wish that the Montreal screw job was not a thing. I truly think that should not have happened. I honestly think that Bret Hart's career in WCW was a joke. I think it was one of the worst things that could happen to one of the greatest wrestlers to ever lace his boots. It was a situation where he got paid a ton of money. He was making more money than what he was making as the WWF champion at the time. He went to Vince. He was like, "Yo, this is what Eric Bischoff is offering me. Can you offer me more?" Vince being like, "I just can't do that." So he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna leave." He left. He went and did all. He didn't really make a huge splash to me in the WCW. And let's not forget that he had the career-ending concussion by Bill Goldberg, which killed his career right then and there. I mean, without WCW, we would have gotten a way better version of Bret Hart, and it would have made his catalog even bigger, longer, and greater. So I do agree with that. He should have never went to the WCW. I just mean that from the bottom of my heart. It was a bad situation, but he had to do what he had to do. I mean, he made a ton of money over there. But other than that, let's get from that great question. Thank you so much for that question. Kenpachi, 1988. Who is the most influential female wrestler of all time? And who is the worst women wrestler in today's wrestling world? Oh God, that's a lot to unpack. The most influential woman I can say that wrestled has to be Stephanie McMahon. Without Stephanie McMahon, we would not have the women's revolution. We would still be in the Vince Russo type of situation where we have these bra and panty matches, or we have these women being spanked, or we have these men destroying women on matches. I will say she is one of the guiding lights of anything that consists of women wrestling altogether. Hands down, I just think that she is the catalyst to bring women wrestling to what it is now. So without her, we're not, I mean, yeah, we're talking about wrestling, but without Stephanie McMahon, we would not have the Four Horsewomen. We wouldn't have Jade Cargill. We wouldn't have Athena. We wouldn't have Asuka. We wouldn't have Naomi. We wouldn't have Kairi Sane. We wouldn't have these women to go and have this strong women division that we have as of right now. So without Stephanie, it would not have been anything. So it will be Stephanie being the most influential women in wrestling. Number 2 of that question, the worst woman wrestler as of right now, I will honestly have to give to Nikki, almost a superhero. Why in God's name did they give that young lady the belt? I mean, this was probably the worst decisions in wrestling history or whatnot. That was just a gimmick that she thought of or whatnot. Can't be mad at the character, but her winning Money in the Bank and beating Charlotte Flair for the title just was a head scratcher beyond head scratchers. I'm not even going to put Liv Morgan in there because I truly think Liv Morgan is not the best. But if I had to choose right now, it has to be Nikki, almost a superhero. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. Great question. Great question. Great question. So let's go from that to Only Nike. If you had to pick one match to make your favorite Orton match, what match is it? The best Randy Orton match I can think of as of right now would be that match. Oh no! So I have a couple of matches. One of the matches is, of course, the Daniel Bryan match at WrestleMania. I think 34. I think it was when Randy Orton versus Batista versus Bryan or Daniel Bryan. It was Daniel Bryan when he was on WWE. That match signified the growth of the Yes Movement. It signified that Daniel Bryan is a main eventer. So that match was really, really good. Another match that I can put on with a lot of John Cena matches was the John Cena versus Randy Orton for the unified title when Randy Orton came out of that as the undisputed champion. That was a great match as well, I would say. Him and John Cena had a great rivalry. So Randy Orton has great matches. I really liked the, believe it or not, because I don't like Matt Riddle, but the unification match between the Usos and Rated RK Bro. That was a great match on SmackDown, which unfortunately got that injured Randy Orton, and he's still out as of right now. But I thought that was a great match as well to unify those titles. But yeah, I would say number one is the WrestleMania match between Orton, Batista, and Daniel Bryan. And after that is the Cena and I like the him versus Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. That was a pretty good match as well. And that was at WrestleMania. He has a lot of great matches. But yeah, if I had to choose, it would be the WrestleMania match between him, Batista, and Daniel Bryan. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. Dragon Hunter XD. Since Rey Mysterio became the United States champion, is it time to make him the LW? Is it time? Let me reread that. Since Rey Mysterio became the United States champion, is it time to make the LWO heel faction turn with Santos Escobar? I agree. Yes. I think they should kick Rey Mysterio out, turn Santos Escobar heel, not only turning him heel, but turning the LWO heel. I agree 100% with that question. Yes, it is time for Santos Escobar to be a heel. He was a great heel in NXT. I enjoyed him when he was a heel. He does not have the face mentality. I just don't like him as a face. I don't like him just sucking up to Rey Mysterio. He should kick him out. They should have this heel faction, have it run really, really fun with Selena Vega being a heel. I just don't like Selena Vega as a face. It's just not good. It sucks. It's just a sad situation with that. But yeah, hands down, yes. Please make Santos Escobar a heel again. Please make this happen. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. On from that to Mr. Greenhead. What is your favorite Spider-Man movie game of all time? I'm sorry, I said Spider-Man. Let me reread that question. Okay. Okay. Mr. Greenhead. How you doing, Mr. Greenhead? How you doing? What is your favorite Super Mario game of all time? I cannot read. This is a senior moment. Stay tuned. I may be having Alzheimer's, but no. My favorite Super Mario game of all time has to be, of course, Super Mario World. It is the greatest game of all time. But if I had to go dig a little deeper, it's a video game. It's an RPG. It's called Mario Brothers All Stars. I love that game. It is a great RPG. A friend of mine got me hooked on. His name is Joey. Shout out to Joey or Corey if you want to say him. Great video game. I love that game to death. Great RPG. But if I had to do anything, I play it right now on my Nintendo Switch Lite. It is a Super Mario World. That game revolutionized not only the gaming community, but Mario as a whole. Great job on that game. I'm not the biggest fan of the 3D games. If I had to, probably Super Mario 64 was fun. I liked Sunshine. That was pretty fun as well. But if I had to choose anything, it would be Super Mario World. Super Mario World, great game. Thank you so much for that question and me not reading well. So, DD Happy Go Lucky. Is there any NXT superstar you think would have been a great addition to the main roster but never got their due? I love this question because I have a lot of people that I think that have not been to the main roster or no longer is with NXT. One of the main people, I'm just going to talk about one. I truly think Velveteen Dream would have been a great addition to the main roster, replacing the Gold-Dust gimmick with a great addition to being probably a champion. I know Velveteen Dream has a lot of legal issues right now. I do wish him the best of luck. I'm sending him positive and healing energy. But if I had to choose anybody, it would have been Velveteen Dream. I think he was a great addition to NXT, and I think he would have been a great addition to the main roster. So, great question. Thank you so much for that question. On from that, I got Laurel. What can Dynamite pull from Collision to make Dynamite a better show? Wow, what a great question. What a great question. Oh my God, what a great question. Okay, so what I think that they could pull from Dynamite is their intros. Their intros kind of signify what they're going to do on Collision. That's what makes Collision really good. They know who the main event is going to be. They're telling you, hey, this is what I'm going to do to this person. And we don't have to worry about a freaking promo about that situation because we know who it's going to be. Another pull that they could get from Collision to Dynamite is the stage. The Collision stage is so good. I really love the ramp where it's actually a ramp and they have the really cool stuff on the ramp. They have the TV on the ramp itself. Great stage. And also, I mean, I will say this all day. Switch up the announcing team over there in Dynamite. The Dynamite announcing team is really just a bore. Not a fan of it at all. Also, CM Punk. CM Punk is killing the game with all of the people that he is putting over with wins and losses. I mean, Ricky Starks right now is my favorite wrestler as of right now, and I truly respect Ricky Starks with him wrestling with CM Punk. So, I mean, it's just everything that every wrestler CM Punk touches pretty much turns to gold, and I truly think that. So, with that situation, I truly think that the Collision, and I still think this to this day, Collision is the more superior brand than Dynamite. Hands down, it is what it is. But thank you so much for that question. Great question. Mr. Greenhead, who do you think will turn heel, MJF or Adam Cole, in this best friend angle? I truly think that Adam Cole is going to turn heel. I truly think that I think this is a ploy for him to play on the heartstrings of MJF. I truly think that the New Kingdom group is just a group to play, and Adam Cole is going to win that title. I think Adam Cole and the Kingdom is going to forge a new big bad faction for them to have this situation. This is what I think is going to happen. I truly think that MJF is going to have like a tweener type of feel, but I think Adam Cole is going to be this monster heel as the world champion after this week on All In. I just think it's going to happen. Hands down, it's going to happen. Great question. Great question. I think it was a fun question or whatnot. Let's go. Laurel with another question. If you won the Powerball or won a huge inheritance, would you continue to do the show? Not only will I continue to do the show, I would build my own studio. That would be one of the first things I would do if I won anything like that. I would build my own studio. Not only will I have this channel, but I will expand to politics altogether, and I will expand to a gaming-only channel as well. So I would have a lot more than just the wrestling channel by itself. Trust me. Wrestlekram is here to stay. Wrestlekram would just be a bigger force when it came to just outside of wrestling. Also, I could pay people to come and interview with me. I would have Jade Cargill interviewing with me. I would have, Chris Jericho interviewing with me. I would have the great and powerful Jim Cornette. I would have him interviewing with me. I would have a lot of people interviews if I had the money to do it. But right now we are, just like I said, a moving jalopy. Hopefully we can fix it into a nice Porsche. But right now we have to do what we have to do with the money we have as of right now. But if I did have that money, I promise you it would be a bigger force than I have right now. But thank you so much for that question. Great question. Let's keep going. I have Mitch Does It. What's one movie you wish got a sequel but didn't? That's a great question. If I had to choose a movie that did not get a sequel, that was really good to me, you remember that superhero movie back in the 90s? Screw that. One of the movies that I like that is corny as crap. It was the corniest movie of all time, right? Demolition Man. Demolition Man should have gotten a freaking sequel. I love that movie. It is the funniest movie of all time. Also, Galaxy Quest. I think we are getting a sequel to Galaxy Quest, but I would have loved to see a Galaxy Quest movie. What else would have been a great addition to that? Would have been there's lots of sequels that I thought would be good. And they're all 90s. They're all 90s movies. I don't know. I think those two movies would have been good. If I had to think of an action movie, what would be a great action movie that didn't get a sequel? I don't know. I can't think of an action movie that I thought was good that didn't get a sequel. If I do think about it, I'll think about it. But right now, I mean, a Demolition Man should have gotten a sequel. The new Judge Dredd movie, the remake, that should have gotten. I thought that was a really good movie. Great comic book. I'm still lost on why they don't put the judges in the movies and whatnot. But I thought Judge Dredd should have gotten a sequel. If they did get a sequel, I didn't see it. So yeah, those movies would have been a great addition for that. Tales in the Hood. Why didn't we never get a Tales in the Hood sequel? I don't think we got a good Tales in the Hood sequel, or reboot the whole thing. I thought it was a really great movie. Scared the living shit out of me when I was a kid. But yeah, I would have loved to have a Tales in the Hood movie that was really good. But those are all good. But yeah, great question. Thank you so much for that question. Let's see. I have the Southern Belle 1980. What would be a fantasy match at AEW All In that we will never get? Um, as of right now, Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega Part 2. That would have been a great that would have been a great match. Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega 2. It'd been really good. I thought it would be really good. A triple threat for the title. The acclaimed and if the acclaimed Jungle Boy Luchasaurus. No, Fatal Four. I'm sorry, Fatal Four for the title. The acclaimed FTR, Jungle Boy Luchasaurus, and the Young Bucks. That would have been a great match. For a ladder match, that would have been a great match. Jade Cargill versus anybody would have been a great addition to All In. I mean, I hate that Jade Cargill is not back, but Jade Cargill versus anybody would have been a great addition to that situation. But yeah, that would be my fantasy matches or whatnot. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. Daniel 69. Daniel did 69. Is it Daniel? Is it? I suck at reading. But Daniel, what did you think about the Jimmy reason for why he super kicked Jay at SummerSlam on last night's SmackDown? That was last week's SummerSlam. SmackDown. I thought that it was not a great answer. I didn't like it. I don't want you to be like Roman, so that's why I had you lose. I thought they could have thought of something else. You had a whole nother week to figure out why Jimmy kicked Jay. I'm okay with the situation, why they did it. But once again, I'm like, you could have, dude. Come on now, you got writers. I guarantee that's making six figures on the payroll, and you telling me that the situation was Jimmy didn't want Jay to turn into the tribal chief because look at Roman Reigns. I didn't like that. They could have thought of something else. In my brain, I would have did like Jimmy's like, yo, the reason why I did it is because I want to be the tribal chief. I don't want you to be the tribal chief. I'm the older brother. I should have gotten that shot. I should have been the one to face Roman for the title, or and the ranked tribal chief. That would have been a way better situation. And then you could set up for a triple threat or fatal four-way because everybody wants to be the tribal chief. That's where you build now a brand new bloodline with Zion Quinn in it. Get some more people that are wrestling in the wherever they are, bringing them the Fatu family, bringing all of these people into it. I mean, come on, it would have been a better situation that we have as of right now. But hands down, I didn't like the Bryan Danielson. The Bryan Danielson. Why am I talking about Bryan Danielson? I didn't like the bloodline situation with the Jimmy and Jay response. Just wasn't a huge fan of it. But yeah, thank you so much for that question. Great question. I thought it was a great question. After that, we have this Southern Belle. What? Oh, I already did that question. I'm sorry. L'Oreal. What would you rather have, a beach vacation or a ski lodge vacation? Great question. Right now, I've already had a beach vacation, so I thought it was really fun. Right now, I'll probably do a ski lodge. I'm a bigger cold person than I am a hot person. And my birthday's in June. And I was like, I hate the summertime. I hate heat with a freaking passion. I've never been to like a ski lodge before. I would love to go out there in Aspen to check out the ski stuff out there. Hopefully I don't break my leg doing the ski stuff. But I would love to try something like that and have a great time with that situation. So if I had to choose between beach and snow, it would be snow right now. Please bring me snow. But anyway, thank you so much for that question. Great question. I'm on to the last two questions or whatnot. Black Star Boy. Being that both men and women tag team champions are unable to compete, should we have some type of tournament or match to determine brand new champions. Yes. This should have happened. This most definitely should have happened. Uh, Now on Monday we did get a Chelsea Green situation where it's like, who could be my next partner, and then we get Dewdrop to come in, and she was like, I'm your champion, I'm your tag team partner. Now I didn't like that. I would have liked what Chelsea did, where we had different vignettes of her trying to pick her new partner. That would have been great. I would have loved that. On from the Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is legitimately injured. He is legitimately injured. So I'm tired of the tag champions only being on SmackDown. I'm tired of them only facing Judgment Day. I'm tired of all of that. The champion should be on all three brands. Well, all two brands, SmackDown and Raw. We do not see Sami Zayn on SmackDown anymore. So maybe we should have a tournament with four tag teams over there on SmackDown, four tag teams over there on Raw. We get to the point where what's the next biggest show? Survivor Series. At Survivor Series, we will have our inaugural tag champions. That's what I would have done. Because we're only getting these vignettes where Sami Zayn is coming in, attacking people. It's just getting to a point where now we technically don't have a men's tag team division. It's just the truth. It's the absolute truth now. So that should happen. I like the Chelsea Green situation where we could have had America's Got Talent type of thing. I would have loved to have something like that. It would be really fun. It would have put more women on TV and have a great storyline. Who would have been Chelsea Green's partner? Great question. Thank you so much for that question. The last question. Black Star Boy. Now since Austin Theory no longer has the United States title, how can we fix the character? How much of a fumble did we put on Austin Theory? Austin Theory is going to be the next step to I think the Roman Reigns, the Stone Cold Steve Austins, the Rocks, the Shawn Michaels, the Owen Harts. I think Austin Theory has all of that plus more. I think as of right now, what we need to do is we need to break down Austin Theory. As in Austin Theory losing upon losing upon losing, giving him a crisis of having him just having it have a situation where he just cannot win. He cannot win. Just a crisis of what am I thinking of? A crisis, existential crisis or whatnot, where he just cannot win. He consistently is losing. He doesn't know what he needs to do, and he just leaves. He's like, I'm done. I no longer need to be here anymore. And we're talking about a gone for like 6 months type of situation. And we just get vignettes of him just sitting down and thinking about stuff and trying to learn himself, things like that. We get these vignettes for 6 months. Like, we get one every month of him just, hey, I can do this better. I can do that better. And then eventually we bring him back. We bring him back as a baby face. Not as a heel. We bring him back as a baby face. This is where it gets kind of cool with me. He comes back as a baby face, and we automatically get him to the main event. Whoever the world champion is has to be a heel. I'm thinking Damian Priest. Damian Priest could have a great heel run with Judgment Day, but have him eventually go against Damian Priest. The Judgment Day destroys him again, and he does not win. He gets destroyed. Damian Priest wins, but that brings him back down and humbles him again, where we get John Cena come and talking to him. We get a Kevin Owens to go and talk to him. We get, all these vignettes of all these faces coming and talking to him. Like, dude, you've made the change. It is okay to fail, but you're still here. And he gets these great matches with different opponents, and he's just leveling them. Eventually going back to facing probably another Damian Priest again, where he eventually wins, and he becomes the face champion that we truly think he will be. I think that Austin Theory is a great character. I just don't like the arrogantness and the cockiness of just, I beat John Cena. Like, we need him to have a more fleshed out character. And I think that we can do that while just pushing him to the side, having him, go through a lot of other stuff, and, just have him go through a crisis. And I think that will happen. I think that will, a crisis of confidence. That's what it's called. Crisis of confidence. That would be one of the great things that we could do. But thank you so much for that, Black Star Boy. I think that was a really funny, really fun question. But if you want to get your questions, in, you can always get your questions in. I do a feed every Sunday at 10 o'clock. You have until Thursday to get your questions in. Great slew of questions just go around. I enjoyed every single one of those questions. Don't forget, your boy's on TikTok. Your boy is on Twitter. Or X, if you want to say that. Your boy is on Instagram. Your boy is also on the Facebooks. I do have my own Facebook group page. It's called Wrestlekram Super Club. Go check that out. It is absolutely free. It's not private. Go have a great time over there in Wrestlekram Super Club. Dude, I mean, what more can I say? I thank y'all so much. I need a drink of water. But thank you so much. I promise you, the best is truly yet to come. Until next time, love, peace, and of course, wrestling.